Good morning, Raw Warrior. So, I was just listening to a podcast on being disciplined. And it was talking about in God's Word and what He's calling you to do. But all of that made me think about how God has called me to the path I'm on right now. And some may look at it as that's not God calling you because you're just trying to lose weight and look good. And that's not it. It's much bigger than that. God called me to a certain way of eating, taking me before the sin, eating how Adam and Eve ate, or as close to it as I can. So I'm eating raw, I'm eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. And this podcast talked about laziness. And so much more than just where your mind goes, like sitting on the couch or what's the word I'm looking for? Not eating what you should, things like that. It's about being disciplined in what God's called you to do. And one thing she said that was so profound that really made me think is you will not be rewarded with laziness. So whether it's God calling you to be healthy or it's just something within you that you want to be healthy, you're not going to be rewarded with a healthy body inside and out if you're lazy about doing the things that it takes to make that happen. And discipline is something that helps you through those times when the emotions are high, when you're feeling like you don't really want to go for a walk, when you're feeling like you want to eat pizza instead of watermelon. Discipline will kick in and help you through those times. Because let's face it, if you do not do the things you need to do, what you're called to do, you're not going to get to the end goal. You're not going to get to the end of your journey or your path. Now, I don't consider that I'll ever be to the end of my journey. That's why I don't like calling it a journey. I call it a path. Because it's just my walk of life now. But one day, I will be at my goal weight, at a healthy goal weight. One day, I will be there. And I'm going to get there because that's what God's called me to do. And I'm disciplined to be there. Because I'm not going to be rewarded with laziness. I'm not going to be rewarded with eating the wrong things. And you may think that you're busy. You may think that you're doing things. You're scrolling through the internet and reading what other people have put out there of how you should eat or how you should exercise. You're watching videos of other people exercising. You go to the gym and you're there for 30 minutes and go back home. You sit on the couch and you watch Ninja Warrior. That's laziness. You may think you're doing something because you want it bad enough and you're dreaming about it and you're wishing for it and you're hoping for it. And that fills a part of your brain that makes you think you're doing something. But you're not. You're not doing what you're called to do, whether that's from God or that's just something that's an inner request. So maybe what you're drawn to do, I don't know how to categorize that, but busyness can still look like laziness. So it's important to know the difference and pay attention. If you're not physically moving, if you're not eating precisely in the way that you have planned out for yourself for healthiness, you're not going to be rewarded. You're not going to get where you need to go. And I know that all this sounds like a lot of negativity and a little harsh, but that's because I'm also talking to myself. And sometimes you have to be hard on yourself. Sometimes you have to be raw. You have to be real. Because if you're not honest with yourself about where you are, you're not going to get the reward of where you're going. So don't let laziness fool you. Don't let that busyness think you're doing something. Nothing is better than good old-fashioned sweat and eating the way that you've been called to eat and sticking to it. Don't swap out bad for good. Don't do it, because then you're going backwards. You've got to let your discipline kick in and kick laziness butt. Y'all have a great, blessed day, and go raw or go home.